Reigning team champions. Most successful Holden team in Supercars history. Reigning Supercars Drivers' Champion. And a 7-time champion running the show. Let's meet our 2023 teams. Let's meet Red Bull Ampol Racing, otherwise known as 888 Race Engineering. This team is run by 7-time world champion Jamie Whincup, and if you look at any stats book, they will tell you that Jamie Whincup is one of the best drivers to ever do it. 123 wins across 16 seasons of Supercars. This guy is insane. He's had quite the career of Supercars racing, and in 2021 decided to step down to take a more leadership-based role as team owner of 888 Race Engineering, the team that he won so often with. But don't let me fool you into thinking this was a downgrade, because this man has won so many trophies for this team and is continuing the legacy that he has built as a driver. And by this I mean, of course, managing the team while Shane Van Gisbergen wins anything that he can get his hands on. This man is the most dominant man in motorsports right now. He will just win whatever he can and take all the trophies that he wants. He's the current reigning champion of V8 Supercars and perhaps one of the best technical drivers in the sport's history. He's competed well against the likes of Whincup, McLaughlin, and is now a 3-time champion. He's been criticised in the past for being a very aggressive, on-the-line driver, but he does what needs to be done and usually knows the line and draws it. I was going to make this section just full of him winning races, making passes and all that sort of stuff, the usual stuff, but then I thought, no. Burnouts. He's done so many of them in his time in Supercars that he's become quite the professional, not only just because obviously he's practiced while doing celebrations for his wins, of course, but because he loves this as a hobby. He loves motorsport, he loves drifting, he loves all this sort of stuff. In 2022, he won the most races a single driver has won in a season, taking over Scott McLaughlin, who won it years previous. He's the sort of driver that people love to hate on for just being successful, for just being him. He's not exactly a social butterfly. He doesn't particularly like the crowds, the fans, the sort of energy that it brings, but man, he loves his racing, he loves the sport. He has 75 race wins and 40 pole positions and is currently the 4th most successful racing driver in Supercars history. It's insane. Like, if there's a stat, this guy's also on the list. You know, he's always in the top 10, usually in the top 5. It's amazing how good he just is. And just looking at his resume, it doesn't stop there. He's won Bathurst twice, both with Garth Tander. He's won the 2016 Bathurst 12 Hour. He's won the 2016 GT Series Endurance Cup. He's one of only 2 drivers to have won all 3 major car racing events at Mount Panorama: the 1000, the 6 Hour, and the 12 Hour. In 2021, he entered as a wildcard in the Toyota Racing Series in New Zealand, and he won it. He's just that damn good. Anything he touches turns to gold, which is a source of fan annoyance. I will be fair. It isn't very fun to see the same guy winning all the time, and this guy is winning all the time. I wasn't even his biggest fan as a Holden man myself, but this year has just shown me the true skill that he has, and I just can't wait to see what happens with him in the next few years, including next year with the new regulations. However, he's not alone at 888, and his teammate Broc Feeney, coming fresh off of his first ever V8 Supercars win in Adelaide, he's fast. He might not yet be Shane Van Gisbergen fast, but this guy had a great junior career in Super 2, spending 2 years in the championship. He's bloody brilliant. He's had 12 race starts, and in those starts, he had 3 pole positions in the sport, as well as 4 race wins. Like, that's amazing for 1 year in the sport. Now, replacing who is considered the GOAT of V8 Supercars in Jamie Whincup is a big hurdle. There was a lot of expectation on Broc Feeney this year, a lot of sort of pressure on him to deliver those results that the team was getting under Whincup, but he delivered in the final race of the year, the final race for Holden. After a dreadful race for his teammate, Feeney capitalised and held off Mostert in what can only be described as an intense race. The future is bright for this guy. I'd suggest keeping an eye on him for years to come, because I would expect something special of him. He's shown that he's fast in the developmental series, and even in Supercars itself, he's shown glimmers of hope. He finished 23 races, all but one. That's some insane consistency, and he got multiple podiums throughout the year in his rookie year, and he will be known as the last ever Holden winner in V8 Supercars. That is an amazing stat to have under your name. Now that he's through his rookie year and he's gotten that win under his belt, I think the pressure will be off of his shoulders, and he'll come out into 2023 flying and showing us that same driver who was so dominant in Super 2. Believe me now, you want to invest in Feeney stocks before it becomes way too expensive. They're going to be worth a lot in the years to come. Now finally, Red Bull's other driver is Sergio Perez, better known for his F1 exploits. Sergio Perez will be driving for the team in 2023 after his test run at the Australian Grand Prix. He loved the series so much, and he's finally decided that he doesn't want to be Max Verstappen's lapdog anymore. So now Red Bull is becoming a 3-car outfit, with the Mexican taking the helm of their 3rd car. Now a lot of people have said, hey, do you really think that a one-time drive at the Australian Grand Prix is enough to warrant a full-time supercar seat? And I say, yes, we need to give him a chance, of course. But he's shown that he has the skill, he's shown that he has what it takes, and I think that he could be a really great... This is a bit, I can't even continue anymore.